So guys, let's talk about Phuket. Is it still this paradise island with blue beaches? Or is it a bit of a tourist trap with dubious markets, people coming for tourism, for happy endings? And that's what I want to discover today a little bit. How is the cost of living? Some of my favorite areas to stay on the island, and if you still can, let's say, get the amazing value that you always see online in Thailand. The pros and cons of Phuket. Some people don't like it that much, and that's what I want to explore and share with you a little bit my personal experience over the last couple of years, even living here in 22 for quite a while. Oh, let's go. Show you one of the areas I would say I like the best. We are in the Rawai neighborhood, actually Nai Harn in particular. Here they got some cool, nice new cafes. So this area generally, nice new gyms, nice new cafes, and overall it feels a bit more like a village, a little bit more. You also see some locals in the side streets living. It's not like the other areas where it's all about tourism, straight up, massage on every corner. Here, I think they have one street like that, you know, just to satisfy every niche, but overall, let's try what they have here, and then let me show you the beaches around here, because they are also my favorite. The breakfast with the steak. God bless. How is it?
Very good.
Exquisite. Chicken wrap, this goes for like $6, $7. Not cheap, not expensive. Nice ambience. And so we're pushing up to one of my favorite beaches in Phuket. Some of the best sceneries and one of the few places where it's really enjoyable to drive your scooter, no traffic. So guys, we pulled up one of my favorite beaches, Ya Nui. But I gotta tell you, I don't fully recognize it. It's a bit hard. I think I wasn't at the same time of the year here. It's been a couple of years. And very busy, but I think if you compare it to like other places, I don't know, be it like Turkey in Europe with a lot of vacationers, any beach in Europe, that would be normal. But here I know this place when there's like barely people in the morning especially, but assistance is coming. Whoop. What makes it really beautiful, I'll show you the aerial shot, is kind of like the shape of it. From here, just blue waters, nice and clean. And here generally, like the area back there, lots of young people, I like it, a bit of a nomad lifestyle also. But here, families, chill, not like other areas that I'll show you later on. But I'll say let's go for a dip, and then let's talk. How are you feeling finally at the beach? Like the beach?
Yeah, much nicer than what we saw.
Yeah. So guys, I would say the way we're gonna structure this video, we're gonna start with the area I like the most, which is down here. It's the south. It's much more chill, feels much more villagey. You also feel a little bit the Thai vibe. Still absolutely developed. You drive to the main road, you drive to the highway, you got your huge Lotus, Big C, supermarkets, everything. But down here, it's also pretty chill. In the sense of some roads, if there's like no big business going on, almost no cars, one of the very few areas like that in Phuket. And also some of the best beaches. Nai Harn over there, big beach, some nice hotels. This mountain is actually one of the best for sunsets, and Ya Nui Beach has kind of like this little, I don't know how to call it, a rock in the water, a little sandbar. Absolutely beautiful. And afterwards, later today, I'm going to also take you to the areas we've driven there yesterday. But before I'm going to moan about some of the sides of Phuket I don't love, enjoy this. Because I feel like if you do it right, if you, a couple of days in the Old Town, a couple of days in the South, maybe if you want to party a bit, I'll show you the area for that. And with that, I think you can have an amazing experience actually. Agree?
Yes.
Somebody's having an amazing experience. Alright, let's swim. Let's drop the cam. Favorite beach?
So far, yeah, crazy blue water, not so many people. Water is just the nicest of the nicest, and the sand is smooth like butter.
Nice. That was take 2. Yo guys, public service announcement. If you're coming to Thailand, this is something you might really need. Get over here, come. Look, let's put the energy down a little bit. But the reality is today's video sponsor, Level 8 suitcases. If you have been watching the channel, you've probably seen them. I've been on the road with them for quite a couple of years. And it's truly the smoothest wheel, some of the best quality out there. Like premium luggage can be fairly affordable. This right now is the Hedge suitcase. 6 months with me already and looks almost as good as on the first date. First date. Look, wheels are really like butter. And my favorite one I would say is the aluminum suitcase. People ask me all the time, hey, where do you have it from? But this one's one of my practical favorites. I like to put my backpack on it and just easily rolling through the airport. They also have the one with the wide grip. What that does for you is on the sides kind of, and you can put in so much more things because the tubes are not taking away space. They have both carry-on as well as checked in. And you can truly believe that they're gonna last because they have a lifetime limited warranty on them. If something happens, you reach out to them. And as of right now, to sweeten up the deal for you a little bit, 15% off any of their suitcases. Like sometimes they do a 10%, sometimes maybe 15 on selected pieces with my code, anytime, with worldwide delivery. No matter where you are, if you're on a tropical island, they can pretty much deliver it anyway, and to US, UK, Canada, Europe, something like that. Free shipping, you always see it on the top of the website. So check it out, or on their Instagram if you want to get a bit more creative ideas of how the pieces can look. Often I get a message from somebody, hey, I got the suitcase as well, super dope, thank you for that. And I mean, I gotta tell you, like a backpack, cool, your back is breaking, you're somewhere on the road. Checked luggage, absolutely beautiful. Me, all-time carry-on team. So whatever it is you might need for your next trip, or maybe as a gift for a special someone, for a special occasion. Well, with that, I'm gonna enjoy a little bit more of the sun here, and always rolling smoothly with Level 8. Take you on a bit of a walk. So the Old Town, you know, is one of those places where in most towns, in most areas, it would be way too kind of like touristy and commercial, where the prices are over the top. Maybe it's like a little bit, that's in many other places of Phuket. But what I found for myself is I often like to stay around the Old Town for a couple of days because the shops here are truly original. They sell like so much cool stuff, and they have some of the best, if not maybe even to say the only area where there's a lot of cafes. So online I've seen that it's actually like an old Portuguese district, so the architecture here, and it really looks pretty cool. So yeah, the prices are definitely higher than in other areas, and on the weekend actually they're having the biggest night market in all of Phuket, and it happens on this street. It's completely flooded with people. It's actually quite crazy. And I remember it was a couple of days ago, we went up to this Mondo Espresso and Tea Bar. Nice tea, some very nice cafes, but the price is definitely like $3, $4 for a coffee, $7, $8 for a meal. I had some of the worst pad thai around here I've tried. What are your impressions on the Old Town?
Yeah, probably one of my favorite areas.
Yeah?
Really.
Why?
Yeah, I like how it looks, and I like cute shops, cute cafes.
Look at that, guys. They have a pet goat. What the hell? So some people say Phuket is the goat. A delicious scooter. Ready now? Say let's dip out. Let me show you a different neighborhood. Have wandered into pretty much the one and only proper big mall in Phuket, but that really speaks for something. The reason I wanted to show it to you is to give you the idea that it's a very large island, somewhat connected to the mainland, and really if you want to spend longer time here, you might want to have some development that goes beyond just, let's say, a big sea and like a lady that sells socks. And this mall, I gotta say, is very proper. Like, it's kind of actually two malls that are connected by a sky bridge. This one's a bit more fancy, but they have nice cafes, nice restaurants, some also cafes that are fairly workable. Then in the other mall, there's a movie theater. Sometimes they have like random pet expeditions here. Fun place. If you have any shopping needs while you're here, like you're gonna be covered. They have an H&M, they have a Zara, and as you see, also the Dior's and Pradas and Burberry's are all around. So that really speaks for the fact that, let's say, if I'm for traveling here, much prefer islands like Koh Phangan or even Krabi for the scenery. But if you want to have both, kind of like tropical vibe, big island with development, this is the Central Phuket Mall. Come. Sorry?
So cute.
Who?
Cute.
What is that?
So cute.
Me is cute? You're also very cute. My husband. Thank you. So good morning. We are on one of, let's say, the nicer beaches, definitely. Today I wanted to come out and see a little bit, take a drive through Phuket. Starting off around the Bang Tao area. This is the Surin Beach. Actually, back in the day, I was staying at a pretty nice resort there, and I would say this is what this area is really nice for, generally all of Phuket. The way I feel about it is kind of like a destination to have a nice resort vacation, because the public beaches, especially in the high season, this one I know is one of the quieter ones, still really busy. You're basically like getting approached every minute. Some dude just told me I'm cute. I'm okay, thank you now. Water is beautiful, nature is beautiful, but it's very busy. Like this beach is actually, you could say, for the current conditions, quiet even, but looks absolutely beautiful. From what I know is the resorts around here are absolutely huge. I think this one's one of the most expensive ones. And the goal is to get a little bit of an idea. How do the areas, especially the infamous areas of Patong look like these days? Gonna drive down there. I do like the drive very much on this side of the island. The other ones are actually just kind of like an airport highway. And yeah, this is right now Surin Beach. Looks beautiful, and actually compared to the other beaches I've seen so far, not even too crazy busy. So that's what you're gonna find. Actually online this morning, I don't know if I'm in a particular funnel, but I've been recommended some like reel by somebody who was saying like Phuket is an island that he also liked the least. And I feel like it's really about how you do it, where you stay, and if you come here and stay in the wrong neighborhood, which I think I'm gonna show you, you might not have the best experience, definitely. Like, you know, everywhere somebody wants to sell you something. But this beach is actually quite nice. What do you think about the beach?
Yeah, very peaceful.
You know, not even too crazy busy. Once you get through all the laying down service and everything. I would say Russian tourism is crazy these days. It feels like 70-80% in these type of neighborhoods. They even sell borscht around here, which, I mean, technically it's Ukrainian, but it is what it is. But you do have to say, beautiful blue waters, no doubt about it. Let's just think about my time in Sri Lanka, and as much as I like it, the beaches in Thai are quite something. So, made it out to Kamala Beach. Another spot I've always just drove through. So pretty much right now we are right next to Patong. Gonna pass by there as well. So it's kind of like a large bay here in the back. This is where all the people are. Actually not too crazy busy right now. And then on the mountain they build out these hotels, a little bit of a beachfront. So really, like, every bay in Phuket has a little bit of a different character. Some beaches are a bit more bluer, some trees are more tropical. Here, kind of like little bushy trees. But yeah, nice Thai boats. I like when the tide is lower. You can kind of like come out, walk on it a little bit. And again, like, not my crowd personally here. Mostly families, quick vacations, but actually pretty nice. Kamala beachfront. Let's go for a little walk. Check it out. So here's the Royal Pakistani food. They have it in English for you, and of course in Russian. Masla kurinne, butter chicken.
Bunny.
Translation is slightly off, huh?
Yeah.
It means.
Paneer. They translate like paniruют.
Wow, yeah. Basically,
verb.
Google Translate the name like butter chicken turned into kind of like how would you translate that? Like butter made out of chicken, something like that. Kurinne masla.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it's
chicken
funny.
boiled.
So basically, yeah, tourism, I think especially during the high season, is crazy. Russian speaking as well, depending on the neighborhood. But most, especially the more touristy ones, but it's kind of like a nice, quaint, because it's fairly large, many restaurants, a couple of hotels, actually pretty nice, amazing view. There's some kind of bridge leading to the main beach. Not bad, and it's funny. I've drove through here like maybe at least 10 times and never went down to this particular beach. But not my favorite, but not bad. But you see the average age in the neighborhood is, what is it, maybe 45, you know?
Yeah.
50. So families, you have to say what is quite interesting is prices right now. Check this out. We're by the beach, of course. 200 baht for pad thai, 180. It's like $6-7. Not bad, of course, by the beach, this and that. But usually in town it's like 50-60 baht. And generally Phuket, I seem to realize, it's actually one of the most expensive places in Thailand. But I think our cost of living, I'll do with you a bit of a talk later. Different areas, and I gotta say they're building out some nice stuff. Villas, resorts, kind of like in the side street where back in the day not as much was. I think even a couple of years ago everything looks pretty brand new around here. It's pretty sick. And I would say welcome to the madness of Phuket. A part where many people, when you come here for the first time, you end up staying here. On one side, they do have some nice hotels. The beach is actually pretty cool. We're gonna make our way there. It's a long, wide beach. But in terms of kind of like tourism, as well as budget hotels, this is kind of like the most busy, most developed area. But at the same time, all of these things we hear online, well, you cannot say that it's not true. It feels like they have like 5 masseuses for every backpacker that comes through here. Ping pong shows everywhere. This is usually on the, what's it called? I think Bangla Street, something like that. All the different bars. And generally the vibe here is pretty intense. Like also Muay Thai events here a lot. So it can be fun actually. If you're kind of like here with some buddies or friends, checking out the bars, seeing it once is cool. But for staying, honestly, I feel like it's way too intense, and also like everybody wants to sell you something one way. Thank you. One way or another, everybody wants to sell you something around here. But what I did see is that I've actually, since the last 3 years that I've been gone, they developed a good bit. Oh, one of the massage parlors. Like I'm always thinking like, is it just marketing that the girls look good, or I don't know how this works.
I don't know.
But still, not as much as in Vietnam, actually, to be honest with you. So cool thing is that I see they built like 2 brand new malls next to each other. We actually wanted to park next to it. There was some guy with a little paper in his hand. He seemed very sad and upset and confused. The police just chained his scooter to the side of the road, and now he has little paper and needs to pay. So yeah, this is Patong. Honestly, it like depends. If I would have to stay here for 2 weeks, I would lose my mind. For a couple of days, can be fun. And considering actually how beautiful the beach is, it's almost a bit of a shame that it's kind of like a bit of a intense neighborhood, if you will. You could say. You're my shield.
Yes. I'm holding tight.
Yeah. Already some dude approached you at 7-Eleven before?
Yeah.
He told you you're the most beautiful woman in the world?
In Russian.
Nice. Very nice. Very considerate.
Yeah.
So this is the, I don't know, was this here 3 years ago? I'm not sure. It does look pretty new. Central Mall. It's actually the biggest chain in Thailand. And that is kind of nice because I've showed you the one main mall. Honestly, this still doesn't look as good. It's kind of like these like beach town areas. Sorry? Let's go here. Let's go right there inside. Looking for a bathroom right now. And so that is the thing, is like for traveling, it's busy, it's intense, everybody wants to give you a massage. No problem, but I talk also a lot about like remote living, and in terms of that, you're just gonna go crazy in a neighborhood like this. I remember many years ago I was looking for a budget option, ended up not a bad hotel actually. So they do have still, like as of right now on the island, I think we're also gonna transition to talk about cost of living probably tomorrow. This is the area with some of the most affordable accommodation, but usually it can be not the best. So, whew, let's get a bathroom, and then let me show you this wild road. Perhaps I have some B-roll from the years before. Wandered actually into the neighboring mall, and one thing I have to give the Patong area, it's actually becoming a bit more chill. If they're already developed it all the way, why not actually put some nice stuff? It's kind of like an open air mall, slightly dimmed, still some daylight. Pretty nice, I'd say. Let's get down to the beach. Let me show you how it looks around there. Oh, they even have a big sea. How about that? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Patong?
Patong?
Yes,
I don't
Patong.
like it.
Why?
I don't like it. It's too intense for me, like personally. I understand that it can be fun because it's like really buzzing. Lots of masseuses, massage palaces, all these things.
Bars.
Yeah, no, it feels like it's a party area, and we are not really into parties, so yeah.
Very good, very good. The man is selling guns or bullets. So we're pushing into Patong Beach walking street. At night they actually shut the whole place down, bars left and right. It's actually very busy in the evenings, even now. And like that is, let's say, the type of Thailand you see in, I don't know. That would be the, like imagine this would be the only place you've seen in Phuket. Little boat trip and then you're off. Can be fun for sure, lots of street food. Generally very alive at any time of the day. Yes, you think somebody's gonna steal? No? Thank you very much. Okay, so we have arrived at Patong Beach. Actually, it's a pretty nice beach. It's very wide, amazing for taking walks. I remember when I stayed here back in the day. But as you can imagine, on the beach, always a couple thousand people by the beachfront. Good amount of cafes, but as you have seen, like it's hard to walk a meter, especially when you're parking or riding somewhere. But by itself, actually not as blue as some of the other beaches, but still quite nice. You have chair or jet ski. You have two choices. But yeah, definitely here the crowd a little bit younger, I would say overall. Some people come for party. And if anybody can explain to me the massage parlor concept, why these girls sit there, like maybe someone has experience, maybe someone has insight, because you're curious as well, huh? Mm-hmm. Anybody, please explain the business model in details down below. Let's start a conversation. Because I don't know, is it massage? Is it other things? Is it optional? Is it by their choice? Is it legal in this country? Okay guys, and real quick on a note of cost of living, after staying in a $50 hotel in Old Town, which actually kind of sucked, it was not that good to be honest with you. I was looking around a lot, most places for 40-50 bucks looked okay. This one actually was $35 and I thought let's check it out for a few days, and I was quite surprised. We're in a very local neighborhood, super close to the white Buddha. You probably don't see it in a wide angle, but up there. And this unit, I really didn't have high expectations for it. but it looks much better than on the listing. It's completely brand new. Got one window here, just close it so it doesn't get too hot. Everything organized, super nice, or let's say very cozy bedroom. Nice tropical view and a huge TV. It's pretty nice. They invested in the right place, almost like a movie room. And then you got a little separate kitchen. Let's see, is this available here? Oh, here we have the tenant of the bathroom. Does not come with the rent. Yeah, so I was quite surprised coming in here. I'm like, it's not a small space. Here everything nice, new, neat, big fridge, microwave, everything boom, boom, boom. And you actually can be cooking here. You set yourself up, they put it outside. And so very local, very much on a budget for 35 bucks, I would say. Still great value, but this was about the only place I could find under $50 that looked pretty good and wasn't in like Patong or something, so possible. So let me show you one of the main go-tos when in Southeast Asia. Use the geography to get some of the best fruits in the world. So this shop, not too far from Old Town Phuket, been coming here at this point you could say for years, but this year I think 4th time. Pineapple, you can ask them to cut it for you. Some places don't want to do it. This one charges 5 baht to cut it. So for $1.50 you get one big ripe coconut. The rest sometimes like to get cut. At the end of the day, usually not as good, but this goes for like 40 baht, $1 basically. So it's less about the price, more about the fact that all of these fruits are grown regionally here. Phuket is famous for their pineapple, and I just always vibe out at these fruit shops. Absolutely a vibe. So guys, and no matter what, I still like to hit it local every once in a while. Seriously, like some of the Thai barbecue, there's street food, little snacks you can buy on the street. It's not only the price, it's also the flavors. And this one, tried it yesterday, was actually really good. Let's grab some meat here. Sometimes it's hard to get, hello, Swadee Kap. One like this. This hot? Perfect. He knows me, I get special treatment by now. I am very experienced. Do you want a wing or something? Some hearts, a fish? No? Okay. I think it's even a breast or something. Let's go. So this one usually goes for like 50 baht, $1.50. Really nice to get the protein in, delicious. This is another go-to, like some of the stands over the country, they're pretty similar. Here you got some little meals, but the best part is the spring rolls. Sure. Oh. Nice surumi and tuna spring rolls. I'll go pay. I think today I might try another wing. Huh?
Do they have liver?
They do not have liver, I think. What kind of sauce do you have?
Sauce is this one.
Uh-huh. Go choose.
Huh? This one.
100, yeah? Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. We're all set.
What a life!
If I ever go broke, I can live like this for 20 years. No, seriously. Food quality, nice things, nice fruits, all of that. Still very, very affordable. And so we have wandered into the old town on another day, to be very particular, one day in the week. Someday, the old town becomes, I don't know, it's like almost like an open air festival, just with the fact that it's mostly about food and like a pretty large market actually. So I gotta tell you, usually I'm not a fan of these markets because it's kind of like very commercial, super overpriced. This one, from what I remember, haven't like took a look again, but looks pretty much the same as it used to be 2-3 years ago. Very nice, different crafts they're producing here. Food is generally also pretty good and maybe priced just like 20% more than like local street food prices. So definitely a highlight in Thailand. It's kind of like, in my opinion, the only development on the whole island that is not just kind of like some random mall. Central Phuket is also pretty good, but in terms of like, let's say Patong or any other beach developments, not as nice as the old town. It's actually old Portuguese building, so it's not kind of like a theme park or anything. It's like a proper old town, and what they're doing here with these markets, I am personally a big fan. Gonna be having some food. Lisa is actually shooting a full video on her channel, so you can see more there.
So cool, everything is handmade.
Yeah.
Like jewelries, all the postcards, and yeah, and food. Food smells good.
But it's crazy busy right now. Man is buzzing.
Oh, funny.
Nice, huh? 30 baht,
Funny.
less than $1.
It's my first time in Phuket in general, and it's my first time in Old Town in Nightmarket. So I'm very excited.
So this market is only once a week. It's actually quite fancy, very cute, and honestly,
It looks like it's an endless street of street food, homemade, homemade, different jewelries, different postcards. It's crazy, like everything is so unique. It's not like a tourist bracelet, souvenirs, and yeah, fresh coconut milk smoothie. Wow.
coconut smoothie.
Looks good. You right away. The usual checking. Wow, it's really good. Oh.
Special guest joining the chat. So we got Michele, he flew in all the way from China to eat some food with me.
Yes, and then I will depart tomorrow.
I was joking with her. The moment we're gonna meet, I'm gonna go back to my accent, you
Oh,
know?
nice.
To my China accent. Yeah,
China-Italian accent.
exactly. So what I was just saying is actually that this place, usually the way I know it, is like maybe half as busy. Right now it's like truly like an open air event. Some Thai man is going wild. Yeah, I think back there is more food. Here is like market.
Absolutely wide, there were people.
Yeah.
In the history of our relationship, Danny wants something sweet, only if it's coconut.
Sorry? Is Coco?
Coconut?
Yes.
Coco.
Let's go. I'm in love with the Coco.
Okay, so
A Honda, I guess.
yeah,
I have only 5.
yeah. Interesting, never tried it. It's a new dessert. Thank you.
I think in some hotels they had that maybe. All right, try it. Thank you.
It's really good.
Is it good?
It's from the bean paste with the nut inside, but
Very
it's
good.
yeah, and coconut outside, but it's very sweet, like super sweet, like extra.
So good.
Okay,
There you go.
yeah.
You want to taste that? Come on.
You're on camera.
Delicious.
That's very nice, but it reminds me of the white one from Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah, kind of.
Raffaello, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
closer,
Eastern
like the
Europe.
plate,
Almost made it. One lamb barbecue. Wait by this slide.
Yes. Where's the belt?
and it's much better than being actually there.
Have you been to Cuba?
Cuba?
Cuba. Okay. Very, very similar. The same New Orleans too, but
So last round for the night market is crazy. It's after 9 p.m. It's still super busy. We were thinking it's gonna get quieter, but nah. Here you can get some ready meals, and what is actually quite surprising is that the prices here are same as in town. 50 or 60 baht. Have you seen? 50, 60 baht for the meals. So like really nice, pretty fancy overall, but affordable. All right, I'm lost again. Lost in the sauce. What's here? Some nice pizza. Tell us about it.
Nice pizza? I wouldn't say so.
Beautiful.
Pizza alla
The best.
bolognese.
Oh.
What is this mess?
Well, I know a classic is the one with pineapple, right? It's your favorite, you told me always.
I'm leaving.
Pizza with pineapple?
Yeah, there is one. And so, kicking off the day at my old school gym. Many years ago, I liked to come here. Back in the day, I found it kind of like as a bit more of a budget option. But I gotta tell you, for me, very often, it's kind of like upscale gym, amazing air-conditioned new equipment, but mid-range often they charge you premium, and what you get sometimes way too busy. So this one, let's go in. Still got a couple of biceps curl sets left. This one I like because it's fairly local. All the machines work. They're all oiled. And at the same time, it's really affordable. It's like 100 baht day pass, less than $3. In the morning, a bit busy. Some characters look like they're selling not only protein, but overall, nice gym, nice vibe. And if it's actually like no air conditioning can be, let's say, a problem, but here it's kind of nice because you get a bit sweaty. You get your pump going. Let me do a couple of curls. And so right now, definitely not in the best gym flow, but no matter what, we're keeping it up, and we're doing around 2-3 full body workouts a week. So from what I know is there's plenty of super amazing gyms in Phuket. Just because this time I don't stay long, I didn't explore that. Kind of like matching to Bali. I saw they're opening a lot of like super premium gyms, but this one will do. Quite nice actually. What is it? Rawai gym. So we're buying some pearls for my mom. So guys, another thing Phuket is very famous for is actually that they're harvesting pearls here. And somehow my mom got wind of that, and then she's like, well, why don't you get me some? Well, that's what we did. Nice shop, long guy pearl. Negotiated down by like 15%, 20% almost. At first she was like, oh no. and then yeah, with some credit card fees on top, maybe. Quick question. I just see like, for example, the earrings, they're much more expensive. Is it like very different pearl or?
Actually, pearl, you know, right? They have many types of pearl.
I don't know that much, but
Okay,
that's why
I
I'm
will
asking
explain.
that. Mhm.
They have the sea pearls and they have the freshwater pearl.
Mm.
So it is different about the time to counter.
And so the ones that I buy, that's... And so on this a lively and pretty sunset, we're back in the old town where we started, you could say. I want to talk to you a good bit more, give you my full impression of Phuket. Almost, like, I don't want to say like, oh, I'm an expert on Phuket. There's people that lived here for many, many years, but over many months I've driven it really up and down through some of the main areas. This time, luckily, was kind of my goal, also discover a bit something new, get an impression for how it is now. So a huge factor, obviously, cost of living. Actually, in the next video, I want to make like the perfect Phuket experience. We're gonna go to a fancy hotel and we're gonna go on a boat trip to some of the most beautiful islands I've never been to. That video is coming. Maybe I'll give you a little preview right now. But honestly, a lot of people say it, and I personally didn't feel it back then. Maybe it was still coming off of COVID, but Phuket is the most expensive island in Thailand. And I would say that is definitely true. If you like the local flavors, the local street food, most people do, especially if you kind of like develop a bit of a taste for it. It is some of the best in the world. It's probably the only country where I truly eat street food. Most countries, I want to try something, avoid, you know, getting problems. Here, I eat it all the time. I love it. And so if you stick to local options, they have a cat on the leash. If you stick to local options, you can make Phuket affordable if you wanted to. Thing is, budget accommodation is mostly in the Patong area that I've showed you. Yes, maybe in the old town a little bit something, but reality is it is going to be a bit pricey overall. And for me personally, talking about cost of living, I always like to do it from two perspectives. The first one is, can you do it without breaking the bank? Can you do it as a place where if you're working on something or you want to spend, let's say, the winter in a warmer place, let's say you take some time off or you're working remotely, is it possible to get a lot more value? On the other hand, can you get very good value for a medium amount of money? Value that, let's say, sometimes I like to splurge a little bit and I like to live a life that would cost in most places, let's say 10K plus. And I like to choose places where maybe it would cost 2, 3. Phuket, I would rank in a range of like, not quite it. You definitely, if you want to live the best possible experience here, it's going to be a bit more than that, but still you're going to get pretty much like double the value here from comparable destinations with such nature, with such beaches. So Phuket, after all, I would say is truly a place that if you go to one neighborhood, you stay there, you might not have a good experience. Some people I see, I think I've mentioned it, rank Phuket as like the least favorite place they have visited. I think in my personal perception, it's just not done right. If you're up for convenience, if you want to be in a place where you can fly in for a couple of days, then fly to the next country, the Phuket airport is almost as well connected, I would say, as the Bangkok airport, after all. And from the perspective of just traveling, if you're traveling through Thailand, you can check out Phuket. Nature here, I would say, especially in the south, is almost as good as it gets, but not quite. Islands like Koh Phangan, Koh Tao, even the close by Koh Chang that I've been to last time for the first time I was in Thailand, actually is a bit nicer, and you get this tropical feeling. You get this bit of an, sun is shining here, I'm going to cross again. You get a bit more of this island feeling, this adventure feeling. And so that has been my first impression over a good week. Today actually, again, weekend. Tomorrow they're going to have this insane night market. I've covered it a little bit. It truly gets crazy busy around here. But generally, if you're new by any chance, you're on a channel I document my life around the idea of going to places that offer more opportunity, more freedom, and more adventure. From the adventure factor, Phuket, I would say, is definitely a good bit lower. If you stay in some of the very touristy neighborhoods, it's almost like, honestly, boring. You don't feel any unique Thai flavors. Yes, you get some nice nature. If you get unlucky, you're sitting next to retirees. If you get really unlucky, you're sitting in a shop where these retirees might be men and they don't come with the purest intention, but whatever. I'm like, I know I'm gonna get hate for that, but I'm always like, people can do whatever they want as long as it's legal and everything else, but at the same time you always want to choose the neighborhood you stay where you feel more comfortable. And it was nice to see actually that in all areas, from the old town to even Patong to the Rawai, or was it Nai Harn, building out a lot of new stuff, a lot of new condos where I'm like thinking, hey, Phuket, one of the best airports in Thailand. Like I said, Bangkok probably still a bit more options, but you can go almost everywhere from here. And if the real estate would make sense, I actually can see an argument for Phuket because it actually feels like a proper city. Biggest mistake to make here is just stay in the Patong area and then complain about it on the internet. Would highly discourage you from doing that. But for me, it's always important to give you a realistic idea, to also show kind of like somewhat the negatives, what people perhaps don't enjoy that much, and don't just jump from like one pretty spot to another, or okay, made it into a dead end here. Let's pop back out and let's wrap up today's video, because the next one, I think visually and in terms of the experience, I've already done the boat trip. I'm super excited. We're gonna go into a pretty secluded area of Phuket in the next video, so I'm pumped. Make sure to check it out. Should come in a day or two after this. Always the videos actually come out a little bit later, so join me on Instagram somewhere here. I'll link it down to see where I am right now, and let me know your thoughts. If you have been to Phuket, if you're planning to come. How do you compare it to the other islands? What would you say is the unique selling points of coming here over other places? I'll be curious to hear your thoughts. Well, and with that, as always, you gotta roll. Okay guys, this as a little preview of what I will show you in the next video. Truly some of the best of Phuket.